Hello and welcome to my video. The first thing I'd like to do is apologise for the audio because I lost it somehow from the original recording from the GoPro when I actually done it. So I'm having to do a voiceover. So first of all I wanted to show what came with the little kit I had. It's a very cheap kit. More expensive kits will come with little air canisters and stuff. But this comes with everything you need to fix the tyre apart from the screwdriver I've added just to undo the screw. You may need pliers or something if you've got a nail instead, which may be a bit more awkward to get out because with a screw all you have to do is unscrew it. It's much easier. But you've also got with this kit, very cheap, under a £5 from eBay. The tools are made cheaply but they're adequate to do the job, as you'll see. You get 30 repairs with this. The little rubber strips that are sticky because they've already got some kind of tyre cement on them. You get a little tub of tyre cement as well to put on the tool as you're doing it and on the strip as well to make sure there's plenty there. You get the reaming tool, and I can't remember what the other tool is called, but you put the little rubber strip in, as you'll see, and push that in, then pull it out, and it's got a little split in the top to allow that to come out and leave the repair in. You also get a little razor blade to cut the tip off the repair once you're done. There is also a valve core remover with this kit, but you don't need that really. It's a handy little thing to have if you haven't got one, but you don't need it for the repair because it is actually best to leave as much air in the tyre as possible. But I also carry a little bottle of tyre weld with me just in case it does fail, and I can put that in. That puts extra air in plus seals the puncture if something is wrong. I could also just push through with the tools the old repair and put a new one in or something like that. But more expensive kits do come with canisters, as I said, so they will give you some extra air to get yourself to a garage to top your tyre up properly after repairing it. Just make sure you have your motorcycle toolkit with you. I always carry mine in my backpack because I haven't got enough room under the seat after installing an alarm. And that's got screwdrivers and stuff in, but it might be a good idea to take some pliers with you. I should have put the tool I've got a little multi-tool with pliers and a knife and a few bits and pieces on that, which could come in handy in situations like this. But let's get on with the repair. So this is the reaming tool, as they call it. This kit actually calls it the spiral tool. As you can see, it's spiraled. It's slightly different to some. And that's what you'll need to push in to basically open up the hole, make it smooth all around. Also put some of the tyre cement on this, so that puts it all around inside the tyre and around the puncture area. It also sort of lubricates it to help it go in easier. It is quite tough to force it in and start moving it in and out, as you'll see you'll need to do in a moment, but the more you do that the easier it will get. So then you need to take out the screw. I'll just use the screwdriver to undo that, as you would if it's in a piece of wood or anything. Just have your reaming tool ready so you can try and let as little air out as possible. As soon as the screw is almost out, just get your hand ready, whip it out and put the tool in. Try and force it in or screw it in as I did, putting lots of pressure on it and screwing it in. Then you've got to try and start pulling it out and pushing it back in again. Because it's tough at first, I was like pulling that out a bit and every now and then screwing it again. You could see it's so tough when you was pulling a certain amount on it back, it was pulling the tool back out again. But after a little while it does get easier. I'll fast forward a little bit of this. You just keep forcing it in and out until the hole has been made big enough for the repair and smoothed off nicely. You'll notice bits of the tyre coming out, and if some of the wire from the tyre has been damaged, you will see flakes of metal coming through and stuff. These are a temporary repair, you should really be taking it to the garage afterwards for a proper repair done with the tyre taken off, or ideally a new tyre put in. But I have been riding on this and it's been fine so far. Because I'm on a low budget, I will be saving up for some tyres, but if I had the money I would be replacing them straight away. As you can see towards the end it starts getting a bit easier. I'll just carry on working it in and out, screwing it now and then as well. Once I feel I'm ready, I'm going to get this tool ready. As you can see, there's a hole on the tool where you put the little rubber fix through and a slit at the top which lets it out when you pull the tool out of the tyre. You have to fit that about halfway into the tool so it folds up as you push it in, and you want it to go about, well, 2/3 of the way in but 1/3 of the repair sticking out of the tyre. I just work it a little bit more just to try and make sure it's as clean and ready as possible. You still see bits of tyre still coming off, so it was worth doing that some more. Then you get your rubber repair. It's very sticky, so take your time getting it off this, otherwise it may stick to the paper. And then, as you see here, put it so the tool's halfway onto the rubber repair, and then put some tyre cement onto it, which does help lubricate it to get it in, but hopefully that will help make it seal as best as possible. But it does form a very tight seal anyway, because you're folding that rubber part over and forcing it in there, and the tyre will hold onto it well anyway, but the rubber cement will help to basically glue it all together. I don't know if it melts the rubber and effectively rubber welds them together, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure how these work. This is the first time I've ever done it, so it shows how easy it is. It didn't take long at all, and I'm sure it could be done quicker if you really wanted to, but just take your time. It's always best to take your time just to make sure you do a proper job. As you will see here though, when I do pull the tool out and then put this in, it actually goes in a little further than I would have liked. But as I say, you are supposed to leave about 1/3 of the repair out of the tyre, but I went in a little bit too far, but I felt there was enough still out. So you had to put so much force on it, suddenly just went in. But then you just have to get a good grip on the tool and just yank away, and the repair is basically done. That's me just there checking that there was enough sticking out, otherwise I would have had to pushed it into the tyre or something and redone the repair. But I was happy with that. I decided then to leave it for 10 to 15 minutes or so, so I turned the camera off and went upstairs, probably had a drink or something, then came back down and filled the tyre up. I just put a little bit of the cement around the weld there, around the repair there, just to hopefully help seal it. And when I came down, I just filled the tyre up back to the proper pressure. On this it's 36 psi. And once that was done, I just sprayed some soapy water over the top just to see if that was really bubbling or anything, to see if any air was coming out. And if you're having to ride on the tyre, just remember to check your pressures before you go, and check them afterwards, just to see if you're losing air. Like I say, this is meant to be a temporary fix, or you get yourself to a garage to have a proper fix with the tyre taken off, or ideally replace the tyre. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.